a Halloween themed after party with all of my artwork.
So we'll start the conversation. I like to do 2 snaps with everybody that I have a conversation with. So 2 hands up. Do you know how to snap your fingers?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, but
on one, we'll snap 1 time. 1, 2, 3. Cool. All right, let's get it started.
I always do the clap though.
Oh, the clap.
Yeah. But yeah, and then everyone looks at you like you're an idiot, and you're like, trust me, it's an editing thing.
You're like, it makes sense.
You don't have to edit it, so you don't know, right?
Yeah, it's funny because like when I first started having conversations with people, at least in a podcast sense or recorded, like we're recording a conversation, like it's just something that I started. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of carried on, and like the more that I did it, it just became like funnier and funnier to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
But also, it's an editing thing too, like with the audio and the video, so it works.
You don't have to understand it; you just have to know that it has to happen.
Yeah, it just has to happen. And I think it gets everybody. It's so interesting because I'll do it, and then it kind of just like everyone kind of gets into a zone of some sort. You know what I mean? Like it does something. I don't know what it does, but it just does something.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh shit. We kind of like wake up and we're like, I guess present to the moment, I guess.
Right. We're both like, it's like this moment where you're like, boom, we started. Like an official, like,
kind
of like this thing, a slate on a thing. Like, this is going to be the scene.
Yeah, like the director's cut like a bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
That scene.
Yeah. So, Brad.
Yeah. So, this conversation, talk to me. Like, you had some questions about...
I just kind of want to know what the hell is going on. I mean, like my. Okay, so I'm a very brash, straight to the point kind of person.
Yeah.
And I've just noticed, and I keep hearing this thing. Oh, like this place used to be so cool. There used to be so much going on, and then COVID kind of set everything back.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, is that an excuse or is that because like it just seems like. Dude, it's weird. People seem like they don't care. Do you get that vibe? Or is it maybe just the people I'm talking to a little bit? Or I mean, like I said, like I'm a brash, straightforward person. I'm not going to church it up. But like I've been through, and I'll exclude some of the names, but obviously, but like I've been through a couple scenarios where I'm literally like, hey, I'm a guy that is very hungry to do something interesting here.
Fuck yeah.
Can I please come in? And like at no cost to you, I will even incur some of the cost.
Yeah.
Come in and can I take over a space? Can I transform it? Can I do something interesting? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It'll bring people in, make people aware. I promise you that I can get people in here.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it sounds great. And then once the ball gets rolling, they're like, we're okay. I'm like, what? I mean, like, I literally just had a meeting with somebody who's like, yeah, I have this whole thing, this whole space. And they go, yeah, we're not going to do it anymore. And I go, really? I've had probably 4 scenarios like that where I've literally talked to people and they're just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Or we canceled that. I'm like, what?
That's interesting. Like, how long was it in between those times? Like, were they all kind of similar reasons, or they just all decided to, like, drop the ball? You know what I mean? To just drop the project?
No, it was like literally. It's been over like last year. It's like I'll meet somebody, talk to them for like a week.
Yeah.
It would almost be like if you're like, hey, come over, and I'm like, rad, and then this morning you text me and go, yeah, I'd rather not. Or I'm like, what is going on here? But is there no motivation? Is there no hustle? I've said this. I think people are people like resting on the fact that like this is already established. It's already an established city, and they go, yeah, well, we got Sublime, we've got Snoop Dogg, and that's what we're known for. We don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's the future? That's 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like with things of this nature, it's more like you can only move as fast as the slowest moving link in the project.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like you being as hungry as you are, you're like, let's go. We'll make this shit happen. I'll make this shit cool. We'll bring people here. They're likely not. I mean, they're saying yes, but they're really saying kind of like it's kind of like a soft no, and then they realize that it's a no until it's too late, and they're like
maybe.
And then you know what I mean? Like you're just spinning your wheels.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? I kind of drew up some shit, like you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and that takes time and energy. So I think it's more so just like continuing to do what you're doing with like putting out work and attracting the people that are like, fuck yeah, let's do something right now. Like that match your energy.
Literally telling my girlfriend that last night. I'm sitting there with my girlfriend and I'm like, I know what it is. people are seeing what I'm doing and they're able to get excited, and I go and I'm pitching them at that point. I'm like, I need to stop pitching people. I need to put my head down.
Yeah.
I need to just grind out an immense catalog of works, all kinds of crap, and then just start attracting the people. And like that was like a shift that happened over the last 48 hours. Where I'm just I can't keep going down the road I'm on of trying to convince people to do something that's 100% in their benefit. Well, I would say 90% in their benefit. I'll get something out of it, but it's like, so
it's like you can't, I don't know how the saying goes, but it's like you can't bring a horse to water, right?
Yes.
So it's just like, you know what? It's like you're just gonna run your race, your lane, and fucking just shine bright in that sense of like you're attracting people to the bats, right?
Yes.
And be like, we love your work. You don't have to do really much anything. Just come here, we'll pay you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's possible, right?
That's what I hear it happens around here, and I'm like, okay. So your point, which is, what the phrase is like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yes.
Right? Well, I have a different saying that it's based off of that, which is, I'm not gonna even lead the horse to water.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you spend all of that time getting it to water just for it to not drink. Well, now you've wasted your own time.
Yeah.
So I like to go, hey horse, that water is that way. See you later. Go over there if you want to.
If you're thirsty.
If you're thirsty enough, you'll go on your own. And if not, like, you don't waste my time.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time me taking you all the way over there just so you go, nah. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lead all, and I'm wasting my time. And I'm like, it's so like, there just seems to be a lot of that. It's, you know what it is? It feels like, and I don't mean to like, I'm like, you're like, I'm like shitting on everybody. But it's like, but it's not that. It's like apathy almost, or is that the right word? Apathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're feeling a little apathetic.
Yeah, like, but
so what do you? Okay,
but I think it's a habit because I got into it. I think it's a habit with the pandemic, with COVID, like not going out and just being, I'm just gonna order in, and I think people are stuck in bad habits where they're just kind of like, everything's, I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm trying to navigate that, but either way.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that have picked up those habits where they're like, I'm gonna order in. They became a little bit more intro, and some of the people that were already intro, like they're like, oh, this is great. Like I'm
my comfort zone.
Yeah, I've been doing this already. You know what I mean? Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
I think we're getting out. I mean, tail 2022. Tail end of it, like things are starting to pop more, and it's interesting because like even for myself, it's like energy management. Like there's so many different events happening, and places to build community and network and meet people, blah 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 blah.
Right.
Where I'm just like, I just need to focus on what I'm doing, because like for me, it's when you're building something big, you're gonna get a lot, you're gonna attract attention, right? And you have to navigate that, or at least for myself, like I'm navigating through that while also like not getting lost in the sauce of everything. Sure. So what is it that you enjoy doing? Like, what do you enjoy creating? Because I know you have your wood cutouts. Yeah. You have an NFT project that you just dropped recently. When did you drop that?
So I got really so like I've been in crypto since 2015 maybe. Okay. I bought my first Bitcoin for $100. It was $120.
Damn.
And I have the proof. It's on chain. I can prove it. I bought my first Ethereum for $20.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had this.
Wild.
I had this. I had this person that I knew that was like, oh, like. Basically like knew, like I was like, yeah, we should. I was like went on this rant about ending the Federal Reserve and how this just like the inflation, the whatever. And she was like, oh, you should check out Bitcoin. It's like this kind of like this weird anarcho like philosophy, like kind of like screw the government kind of thing. And I was like, what? So I like looked it up and I was like, this is rad. And it was like, I was like, dude, it's $100. I'll throw $100 in, and then And then I saw it go from 100 to 600, and I was like, oh, like literally within a month. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy some more.
Yeah.
And I just kept buying over the.
Wow.
So I've done really well.
That's so crazy.
I've done really well in crypto, and I'm like, I don't know anyone that really got in. Most people got in 2017 when it went to like 20 grand or $19,000. Wow. So then this past bull run when everyone's like NFTs, and I'm like, and then they basically Ethereum deploys their smart contracts, and I'm like, I did probably about 6 months worth of research to like figure out what the hell is this, because I knew Ethereum's first what their initial proposal to the public was, which is it basically sounded like, hey, we're gonna build like the new internet, and I'm like, okay, great, but I didn't know what that exactly meant. And then once I saw smart contracts, and I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. Like, this is like a no-brainer to me, and everyone. And so I'm like, okay, what can I do? And so like I started putting NFTs on there, and the first NFTs I put on there, I was like, didn't know what I was doing. I wasted thousands of dollars probably, just like minting and like, wait, how does it? And just figuring out how it worked. Yeah. Now I figured out how it worked, and I've been putting them on there regularly. So I just do one-of-one drops. Nice. Probably about anywhere from. Probably once a month. I do I put out one a month. Now, sick. I sell probably about 10% of those. Yeah. But what I've realized is the more you put out, the more you can sell, and not only that, but it's a great time to just build, because during the next bull run, that's where you're going to crush it. Yeah. The bear market right now that we're currently in with crypto, it's like, dude, it's build time. Just build, accumulate coins, build, because when the next one comes around, and everyone, which is going to be like the next, I don't know how much you know about all this stuff. Yeah, no, I'm learning. The next, so basically everything's based on 4-year cycles of the Bitcoin halving. Yeah. So that predicts your bull and bear markets, right? So your bull markets is when everything does well. Mm-hmm. Your bear markets is when everything is crappy. Yeah. We're basically close to the bottom of a bear market.
So it's a good time to pack the bags.
A great time to just dollar cost average, which is just buying a little bit every single week or every single day or whatever you're going to do, and then list your NFTs. And just list them for just get a huge amount of artwork, start putting them out. But then my thing is right now is I have a lot for sale right now. Mm-hmm. But the next thing is building like a community aspect, and I want to start offering something. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I have a couple ideas. I have projects and ideas out the wazoo. It's just like connecting them all.
Dude, if you want to, I'm down to like brainstorm that with you or mastermind that with you, right? We can get like a fucking whiteboard. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then just like sit down and be like, all right, bro, what do you want to do? And then we'll like organize everything into like a nice like little kind of like a funnel, right? Yep. Like, this is what it is. Cool. And then just send out that singular message, and then build out like the community, little drops, fun things, outings. You know what I mean? Things of that nature.
And that's what I want. Like, if you hold like one of my NFTs, then you get into special events, and then start doing special events that are only for people, or the only people that hold, or whatever it is. Now, the project that I'm currently thinking about, which I'll go ahead and this is gonna happen. Yeah. I don't know when. Yeah. So I bought NFC tags. Are you familiar with that?
Oh, it's like where you tap it, and then it pulls up the NFT or pulls up a website or something.
Yeah. So they're programmable little chips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in the artwork that I'm currently installing, so I just did one down at Dark Art Emporium. Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to install an NFC tag that if people know about it, they can tap it. Yeah. And basically what it does is it goes to a website that says, "Are you a freaking dingbat?" Yeah. And if you click no, it says, "Sorry for freaking dingbats only." Yeah. And then try again. You say yes, and then it takes you to a page where you can probably either download an NFT for free. Yeah. So you can become a free holder. You would have to pay your gas fee, which is gonna which is like $6 or $7 or whatever. But you would have to pay that. But then once you do that, you own this free NFT, and then you're part of this community where I'm like, hey, like, we're gonna do this thing. And maybe it is like, hey, maybe it's an event where I'm like, hey, you get an art show. But if you come with the NFT and you show the NFT, you get like a bag of free stuff, or you get early access,
or a goodie bag,
whatever it is. You get special perks. So like that's kind of, so like if you're involved in like finding all my artwork, and maybe certain NFT or certain NFC tags will have different things. Like you scan this one, you get a sticker mailed to you. You scan this one, you get NFT. And then there's incentive to go around
Yeah.
and find all the artworks and scan all the NFTs to see what kind of free prizes you're going to get.
Yeah.
So that's something that's happening probably within the next couple months, 2 months.
Okay.
So yeah, so
That's-
I have a lot of
Yeah, no, that's amazing, dude. I love that because it's like, who doesn't love a good scavenger
Yep.
hunt? And who doesn't? Like, your artwork is dope. You know what I mean? It's
Thanks.
fun. It's colorful. You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think people would appreciate that. And, you know, it would tie in artwork, the physical like aspect of it, right? The scavenger hunt and NFTs,
Yep.
technology. So you're
Yep.
kind of touching on all of that with special events that kind of ties everything in. So yeah, I'd be totally down if you're open to
I would,
carry that conversation.
So do you know about this? There's this artist, and I think they're opening up a gallery in LA. It's two people. I think they're from somewhere like in the like Sweden or somewhere in the Netherlands, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Either way, Corse, Corse.
Okay.
They were at DesignerCon, and I bought 2 of their pieces of artwork. It's this guy. One of the pieces I bought was like this guy with half of his head split open, and there's ice cream pouring out. It's like this big.
Oh, sick.
It's so good.
That's so sick.
Well, once I got their artwork, I was like, dude, this changes everything. Like, this is like from the packaging to you open it up and like the story that it tells.
Ooh.
Then it comes with a vinyl record that you can listen to while you're. So they did it. So they didn't
What?
they didn't just do they didn't do visual. They did visual. They did video. They do audio. They do all the technology
Whoa.
aspects. And I've never seen someone that goes, hey, here's a piece of music that you can listen to while you look at your artwork to get like a full like sensory like. And I was when I saw that, I was like, dude, I gotta step it up. I gotta start incorporating everything. Like it made me like just really just like
The experience.
yes. Like I had so much fun, and I'm like, and then they come with these like cards in their artwork.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, in their figures that you put them on their you list them on the website, and then depending on how many you have, you get certain perks, and you get into their like this like club that they got, and then you get access to first drops, you get free stuff, and I'm like, dude, I gotta step it up. I just gotta step it up.
Yeah.
So
that kind of like opened up your eyes to like the possibility of like this is like a premium experience for, you know, people that are collecting.
Or just an experience period where it's like a lot of people, they're so transactional in this world.
Yeah.
I painted something, here it is, it's in a gallery, do you want it or not? No, see you later. And I'm like, dude, where's the community aspect? Where's the experience? Where's the word of mouth like fun? Like where is that? And it's not, you know.
Well, you know, the people that are actually doing that are the ones that are already striving up to it because, you know what I mean, they've put the thought, the intentionality, and the relational aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, it's great to get the art, but also like, how did you receive it?
Right.
You know, because everyone loves opening shit up.
Dude,
I just did an unboxing.
What's the story?
What's the story?
Like people don't have a story. Like people don't have like I found this because I did a Twitter Spaces with Michelle. She's big in the this person. She's big in the NFT space. Whatever, we did this whole thing, and she's like, yeah. She goes, I found out about you because I stumbled across one of your the boxes that. Are you familiar with those boxes that I leave out?
The mystery box. Yeah,
the electric box.
Yeah.
Most of them got torn down or whatever. But she's like, I during like when everything was closed down, she's like, she needed something to do, so she went and like she found like a bunch of these whatever, and she discovered a lot of people did that. A lot of people were like, thank you for giving us something to do that's like outdoors, that so we're not just trapped inside. And I gave them, you know, there's a map on my website of where they all are, and people took their kids and stuff and did these like scavenger hunts.
Fun.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's how people. That's like a story. Like, hey man, this guy, he does, and so like I wanna, you know, continue that. So yeah, it's about the story.
Yeah, and also too, it's like as you continue to do that, right? You, like you said, you know, install that NPC sticker on it. That will take them there. So like, you know, then it connects them to the tech, and then like you can, you know, build the email list, right?
One thing
like,
connects to the next, like leads them down
deeper a hole, like a, you know, like, you know, just to see how far it goes, you know what I mean? And then you kind of just open up this world to them of like crazy cool shit, you know, private events, you know. Dude, events around the city are there's a lot, but I feel like we have like a good pulse on the city, you know what I mean, of what's going on within the art scene. So What is it that you're looking to do? I know you have, what you're dropping in 2 months, and in terms of an event,
So I have an idea that I've actually been trying to do for 2 years, but last year I had to go do I was gonna do it in October, obviously Halloween bats. But I had my October was booked with other events I was working and weddings and a whole bunch just stuff. So this year, and I think I know the right way to do it. So I'm doing Midsummer Scream.
Oh, sick. That's
in Long Beach.
Sick.
And what I want to do is to throw an after party. Not really. There's 60,000 people that show up to that.
Damn.
60,000. I mean, there are people that last year they waited in line for 2 hours to get in, and then waited in another line. Have you ever been to that Midsummer
No,
Scream?
I've seen the crowd though. It's wild.
It's the biggest Halloween event at least in the country, but I think it was in the world. They said it's the biggest Halloween event in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I know it is in the country, but 60,000 people show up. And they do these haunted houses inside,
Sick.
like mini haunted houses, and they're all independently done. They get these people to do it, and they can do kind of whatever they want, and then you can walk through, and it takes 10 seconds to go through them.
Yeah.
But they're these cool little art installation kind of deals. So I'm like, okay, that many people show up. Can I then throw an after party somewhere close where while I'm working, I can sit there and pass out flyers going, hey, we're doing a free event.
Yeah.
And do a Halloween themed after party with all of my artwork. And literally, I've been buying supplies. I've been buying little gravestones, and then one of the guys that does, those kids that wear the knee pads and they slide. And
they scare people.
I'm tight with one of those guys, and him and his whole crew. They're like, we'll show up in full costume.
Dude, that's
lit. So I want to do that, and then just sit there and attract. Can you get a tenth of 1% of those people to come, which would still be hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And go, hey, look, you're gonna have free alcohol if you're over 18, whatever, or over 21 rather, over 21. We're gonna have free alcohol, and just it's an after party. You have don't go back to your hotel.
Yeah, just cruise over. Yeah, it's gonna be Midsummer Scream. It'd be like a haunted house in the city.
Yeah, literally do it and just get a DJ. Art, it's a no-brainer. It's I'd incur all the costs for that just to throw a huge event, because I really do believe that once you do that and people can see what you're capable of pulling off, then that's when everybody will want to work with you.
Yeah.
So
I'll get you connected to Rob. He's the homie. I think his space would be good for that, because there's this corridor. Have you been to Gray, LB?
No, but I've seen it before.
Okay, cool.
I've seen Instagram things.
Yeah, maybe sometime this week we'll go.
Okay.
And then you can just check it out and then at least talk about it, right? I'm sure he probably might be open to it, because it's gonna bring a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then if you build from now, right, until then, you say, hey, continue doing what you're doing, but just with alludes to, hey, Midsummer Scream's coming. Oh shit, we're having an after party. Oh shit, you have to be, invited.
To me, that is the easiest way to get people, because you've already got a built-in base of people that are already there for Halloween stuff, and then you're gonna give them the extra. So I'm don't just sit there and if I were to do it in a month from now, then I'm hey, I got to sit there and do all the social stuff. Hey, come to the thing. Here's what we got, and it's that's boring. Do something where you have a built-in audience already, and you can offer them something for free. So so to me, it's that's kind of a no-brainer that you would get a junk ton of people. Cool. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna write some stuff down just so that way we can take notes on this.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go from there, dude. Go from there. You know what I mean?
You got a lot of notes in there.
Dude.
Very organized.
Yeah, so it's very interesting how I organized my notes. Are you familiar with the bullet journal?
No.
Okay, so I came across this concept of journal called the bullet journal, where it's it's all just dotted paper or line paper.
Okay.
And then you essentially just build your table of contents in the beginning. And say, for example, you want 10 pages to be your calendar. You can do it however you want. Build it however you want. For me, I put everything in buckets of this is these are my projects that I'm working on, right? These are 10 pages. these are events that I'm working on.
Okay. Oh, okay.
These are, you know what I mean? So that way, anytime I need to refer back to it, I know what bucket to go in, you know, and then I know where to look for it.
That's interesting.
With a date. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Wild. I don't know if I'm that. I'm a little more chaotic than that. I have like
It's a little chaotic.
pages on my iPad where I just I'm a big list person, so I'll just list things. But
Okay.
that's.
I'll just put freaking. Where'd you come up with the name?
You know, it's crazy. It just popped in my brain randomly. I kept saying it. I was like, you know, I'm a big fan of Steve Brule. Do you know Steve?
No. Who did?
He's John. It's a John C. Reilly character.
Okay.
That's on Adult Swim.
Okay.
He does like this Brule's Rules like thing. And I think it ended like a handful of years ago, whatever. But he would just call everybody a freaking dingus or whatever.
Freaking
and
dingus.
and I would always just like quote his stuff. But then I was doing bats, and so I was like, it kind of was like, and then. So to me, I go, okay, so I was doing bats and I was like doing like dingbat, you know, whatever I was saying.
Yeah.
But then when I typed in, when I went to look for freaking dingbat on everything, it's available.
Sick.
And I'm like, well, so I'm like, my Gmail, my website, my
all available.
My social media, and I'm like, oh, I don't have to have like on Instagram Dingbat official, and then on this one I have to have like info at Dingbat whatever. Like, no, it's just uniform. So I'm like, oh, it's like a sign. It's just like that name just popped in my brain when I was doing these bats or whatever, and I was quoting Steve Brule like every day, and then I was like, oh, I just kind of like merged that, but then I was like, oh, and it's available on and the website was like $20. I'm like, come on, I gotta. Like there was no, and the only social or the only Google SEO I found around anything like that was like some clip from like 2011 of some kid calling his dad a freaking dingbat, and I was like, okay, this is like a no-brainer. I can own Google SEO. It's a funny name. It's like available on everything, and I just lucked out. It just popped in my brain one day, and I was like, okay, well, yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy how that happens, right? You get downloaded something and you're like, this is what it is. Like that happens to me for like events and projects. I'm like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah, where did that come from? Don't know. It was like this serendipitous moment where things just
and it's usually like it's usually when you're just going about your day or like you're in a meditation. I don't know if you do that, or like when you're doing or like you're driving or whatever the case may be, and it's just like, cool. That's kind of what it is.
I also thought it would be funny to give myself a name that when people called me, when people like refer to me, like would be kind of funny. So like I went and got a breakfast burrito yesterday, and the guy working there was like, "What's up, freaking dingbat?" And then like people in the thing were like looking like, "What?" And like it's like the guy's like insulting me, but if you're not in on the joke, then you don't know, right?
But they say it, and it's out there.
Yeah, right.
People heard it.
Yeah, they're like, "What did that guy just?" Yeah, like so I thought it would like. I don't know. It would just be funny, like, people don't get creative enough with their names where they're like, your street art name should be like stupid.
Yeah.
And then people are like, what's up, stupid? And like people and like, oh, what? Is there a fight about to break out? I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, but yeah, and then my girlfriend, like people will like, I've been dating this my girlfriend for like over 2 years now, and she's just like she's like so ready to defend me because she doesn't think of me that way. So she's like, wait, what? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah. So
she's like, is a fight about that?
Yeah, right.
No, it's
and then she's like, oh wait, because she doesn't think of me as like, she's not involved like in my art stuff. So she doesn't really know.
It's like your alias. You're like, you're
it's
a superhero kind of like.
You have to like, you get a guttural reaction first, and you're like, oh wait, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's okay. So I'm gonna introduce you to Rob.
Cool.
I'll talk to him this week. See if we can do Midsummer Scream at his place.
Word.
Like it's gonna bring. I mean, summer's gonna be hot. I don't know. Like he does like weddings and stuff like that too, and it's he does other events. But if we talk to him now, I think it'll be
But it'll literally be like a 1 day in, 1 day out. Like you know what I mean? Like I
in and out.
I can set up real quick. Now is that the place that has like that long alley, like right down the promenade?
Yeah.
Kind of. I know exactly where that. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
It would be rad, and that you could decorate that whole alley like up, like
We did a I did a collaboration with Secret Service, the homies, and we did Haunted Disco, which was a Halloween theme.
Okay.
So On the Midsummer Scream, people would love that shit. You know, light it up real well. You get like projectors on the wall.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like cool shit. Like you put your NFTs on there, or like a small animation.
Get a bunch of I'll get so many people from that will come dressed up. Because like, dude, the costumes that people
crazy.
So like, yeah, because those people like they dress up because they love that, like, can I get your picture, attention, you know, that kind of stuff. They're like, dude, they put a ton of time in this costume. They want to show it off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, like get as many, start reaching out to as many of those people as possible. Go, you are invited. You can come, and you get people just dressed up, dude. It'd be wild.
Yeah,
it would be wild.
And yeah, oh for sure. You know, bring the girls, all the guys.
Come on. Yes.
Let's go.
So that's an idea I've been throwing around for 2 years now, and I'm, I feel like this year is going to be the year. Yeah.
Let's make it happen this year. I mean, I'm down to like helping in how I can. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
And I really think Gray would be a really cool spot for that, because it's the layout's fun. You have like a top portion. You got like a foyer that's like just secluded, and then you have like a small little shop place. So you know what I mean? So I've seen so many different iterations of events happening through there, let alone producing some in them.
Sure.
And you can kind of really create it how you want.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you like.
Yeah, I've been literally like, I'm gonna do this eventually. So like, I just set aside a portion of money, and I just go on Amazon and just buy random, just like Halloween stuff from just like, you know, smoke, you know, fog machines to like cobweb, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, that way when it happens, I'll just be ready. I won't have to go, oh, I got to drop like $1,000 on like stuff.
It's
already there.
Yeah. So you're like, I already got a storage for
collecting dust right now. So
Ooh, so it's more like
yeah. There you go. I'm making it look.
Yo, it's a 2-year process. You know what I mean? So they'll appreciate it more.
People are like, wow, you put a lot of time in this. I'm like, no, it's just sitting in my on my balcony
for 2 years,
being weathered. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I got that, and then Mastermind on guest experience, like unboxing and also I'll put funnel just so that way we kind of know like what that means of like how people get introduced to you, like your work, whether it be a scavenger hunt, whether it be an event. And then, you know, where can you lead them to, like, you know, your bat cave or whatever. And I think that would be fun, you know, so people can kind of like chase it down, and then you can do something once a month that people can look forward to.
Once they're paying attention, then I'm like, hey, if you're not getting in on this, you're kind of being left out, and it motivates more people.
And then, you know, once the first event happens, and maybe the Midsummer Scream, right?
That kicks it off.
That kind of kicks it off. And you're like, oh shit, like this guy's doing shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how you're gonna attract people, right? It's all full circle, you know.
Well, and I feel like there's so much industry like around this area that's like, if you can just make a scene in a place where there's, you know, like, get people to pay attention to you, like you will start getting people that are just like, hey, I want to work with this person. So it's kind of my goal. It's just, dude, it's just been hard for like the last couple years, because I moved here 3 years ago. It's like, then you got 1 year, everything shut down. I spent a whole another year like figuring out what the hell even happens. You know, around, because I don't know anything that happens. Really. I don't know what events happen.
Right,
I don't know the people.
Here,
and then then it's been a year of just kind of like slowly progressing. But so I'm ready to like really ramp it up this year.
That's cool, dude. Whereabouts did you move?
I was in Miami.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
you're out in Miami. I'm sure you cruised out to Art Basel and all that good stuff.
I had a pretty hard time out there, dude. I got sob story. I got there, my dog, I had to put my dog down like right away. I put my dog was weird, running around, he was totally fine, and then was just like there was a dog walking by, and he ran up to the gate and stopped suddenly, and then just dropped and collapsed and became paralyzed. It was real weird. Something in his spine just. And then, so I took him around. I spent thousands of dollars on treatments. Nothing worked. Whatever. Eventually had to put him down, you know. So then, was it a month after that? A month? No. A couple months after that, my apartment got robbed. They stole everything I had.
Damn.
They just kicked in the door, stole everything I had.
Shit.
In the meantime, dude, I'll tell you wild stories.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I wake up in the middle of the night, like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I feel like I heard something. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Well, I got to go to the bathroom anyway, so I'm going to go pee. So I go pee in the middle of the night, turn my light on. Like a couple seconds later, I hear on my window. Please help me! Please help me! Please help me! And I'm like, I shut my, I'm like, hey, who's out there? It's some girl. She's like, please help me! I don't know where I am. Blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if this is like, oh, help me, and then I open the door, and then some guy comes in, and like, yeah, right. So I just go, hey, look, I cannot open the door. What do you need, right? Do you need me to call the police, whatever? So long story short on that is, yeah, some girl got like pushed out of the car while her boyfriend was driving. Like Miami's like big party town, so wild. It's wild. This girl, no shoes on, hops the fence, a couple fences. I don't know how she did it, because like I'm like, hops the fence, and like it's just like begging people for help. So I run out there and I help her, and I'm like, okay, so I call police, whatever, they handle it or whatever.
Damn.
Dude, that happened, and then maybe a month later, my neighbor's girlfriend got held at gunpoint right out. Like, so I lived in this complex. It was like this, and you got a door here and you got a door here.
Yeah.
She was held at gunpoint right there, and she like banged on my door as the guy was holding her, and I opened the door up because she knew that I was there, and I stopped the whole thing. So then, dude, I was like, I went into some weird like superhero mode where I was just like I didn't even think about it. I was like, somebody's in trouble. I gotta help.
Yeah.
So then of course the cops show up. Like, dude, cops in Miami are quick, man. So I call the cops. They show up. They handle the whole thing. It's like, and then it's weird because this guy's girlfriend, like, I don't, like, I barely know him. I barely know her. Like, we, hey, in the hallway or whatever. But like, she's just like crying on my shoulder, like, and now like I have this like, instant connection with my neighbor and his girlfriend, and I'm like, and they end up moving out like a month later because it's like crime was like the same things were happening to them.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, and everyone was just like, and then of course I became the guy in the complex that helped everybody. So, and I'm like, oh no,
Here, just get nods from everybody.
Yeah. So then that happened. So then after that's when my apartment got broken into. Door got kicked down, and then 2 months after that, my dad went into hospice.
Yeah.
And then he passed away last year, and I'm like, dude, it was just like one thing after another, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I like this, and then I moved here, and everything's been better.
Yeah.
But it's just like, your dog dies, everything gets stolen from you. The crime. Then my dad passes away, and it's just like, I'm like, there was like a year there where I just go, I'm fine with, I'm just gonna just sit inside and do nothing this whole year, because like it was the first time in my life where I was like, I'm fully like depressed, like I'm fully like beaten down.
Yeah.
Like you felt like people were like, well, it can't get worse, and it kept getting worse.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, then the reality is like, what am I gonna do? Like, and then I move here, and then I meet my girlfriend, and I don't want to say anything about like, oh, this girl like saved my life, but like, I've never thought about depression or like killing myself or anything where like that, but it's like, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have the girl I was with now. Like that, she means like everything to me, and like I've never had that before.
Nice.
And like I'm really like, I've always kind of had this attitude where I'm like, I'm on my own. Yeah. And like, and then I kind of found out where like, I've always had my family and my core group of friends, but like, I've never really figured out where life can lead you really being on your own, like by yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of people that wanted to be my friend or wanted to be my girlfriend in the past, and I've always kind of like, yeah, but I'm a loner. Yeah. And I kept pushing people away. And then when I finally found myself alone, I'm like, oh crap, this sucks. And now I get it. Now I like, dude, it took me so long to figure it out. And like, it sucks it had to go that route, but damn, am I like way happier, way like, I don't know, more energetic and stoked on the future than I've ever been in my life. Because I understand, I get it now. I just get it. Like I get it on so many other people's, like the other person's perspective of what people were basically trying to tell me. Like I get it. Yeah. And like, okay, so, and things have been awesome since. Yeah. So dude, it's like, yeah, man, it's like sometimes you got to go through that like really, really. You got to go through that crap to come out and hopefully be a better person on the other side.
And I feel like, it's yin and yang. You know what I mean? And also, I feel that's where you appreciate everything. You know what I mean? Because things can be taken away like that.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes, you know, life will happen like that. You know what I mean? And it has.
I mean, it like literally, you say life's taken away. Like literally, I saw my dog, you know, that I loved more than anything, just like within seconds, go from just running around being like, oh, I got to put this dog down. And same thing with my dad. My dad just like I look out here and we're looking like, even though it's raining and it's cloudy and it's gross, whatever.
Yeah.
I look at this and I just go, it's Earth. It's beautiful. Like my dad will never see this again. And to me, like, I mean, I never really had a good relationship with my father, but like the last like year that he was alive, like we were like, hey, let's make this right. And like, I understand my dad more now than anything, and it's like, and like it just makes you realize what's like really important in life, and it's like family, building connection, like really being a human, and like and being very like cautious of other people's feelings, which I never really felt like I had until like recently. Like I was like, no, like be transparent, tell people you love them, even if you even if you don't know them, like dude, okay. Let's just sum it up this way. The fact that you decided to meet with me and you're like taking what I'm saying seriously, and you're like, you know what I mean? You welcome me, like you're like, hey dude, you want tea, whatever. Like, dude, I love that. And dude, as a person, I fucking love you. Like you're fucking you've literally like, there's not very many people that would be this nice and hospitable, and it's like you have to just be transparent and be very vulnerable about people, and just learn to say thank you and learn to be vulnerable and learn to take the uncomfortable thing of telling people that you love them, and that you man, it's like don't hold grudges and just so anyway, dude, I've learned, like, trust me, I've learned a lot in the last like couple of years. I've had a lot of introspective thought.
That's so crazy that you mentioned this. Like a lot of what you're saying now is conversations that threads that have happened. Like even you saying like I've learned so much in the last 2 to 3 years. I just had a conversation with one of my homegirls yesterday, and she said the exact same thing. And I'm like, you know, a lot came from that, you know what I mean? And like a lot comes from life. And I feel like, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, once you get kind of pushed down by life or things will happen, the bounce back goes higher.
But you said this yin and yang thing, right? And it's like, I think there was so much negativity over the last handful of years that now people are just like, it's like this, they're able to take their first big breath again, and they're just like, there's something weird going on, and I think some people are getting left behind, you know, on that, and they will eventually catch up. But it's like you're able to like kind of take a breath right now and just really reevaluate what's important, and I think a lot of people are doing that. So
in big ways too, in big ways. What was I gonna say? So, when is your next? When are you planning to have your next like kind of drop?
Anything? I want to start doing them regularly. I want to start doing them like on Sundays. I'd love to start doing them Sundays, like every week on Sunday, like for NFTs. Sorry. And then I would love to. Right now, I'm pulling together like a good collection of artwork. So I'm gonna start doing that every Sunday, NFTs. That's probably gonna happen the beginning of next month. And then as far as like, I've signed up for 4 events this year that I'm doing.
Are you doing DesignerCon again?
They have not put out the invite yet, but I believe I will do that one. I will do. The next one I'm doing is Monsterpalooza in June. Okay. So, which I'm like, everything kind of starts in the summer anyway and goes to. But then, my goal right now is, and I'm really bad about this, is a new piece of artwork on my website every week as well. Oh shit. So I'm literally like,
you're going hard in the paint.
I've what I really want to do, because what I want to do is I want to keep, and I haven't quite figured out the exact amount. What I want to do is keep, and depending on if you know this information, you might be able to play it correctly. Keeping a certain amount, whether it's 20 pieces of artwork, and adding a new piece every week, or maybe every other week or whatever. And then as those 20 pieces become new, the pieces that become old, because I'm going to only do 20, so I'm going to cycle them.
Yeah.
I'm going to start just hiding those in the city as scavenger hunt items. So I don't know if you've seen when I do that.
Yeah.
But like I occasionally will like go and just like hide a piece of artwork out in the city, and I kind of want to cycle through. And if no one buys it, it's like I'm gonna get rid of it either way.
Yeah.
Either you're gonna buy it, because like that's the way to create scarcity. You go on my website right now and it's like stagnant because I'm like, here's the artwork I have for sale.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to get rid of it one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's either I'm gonna hide it in the city for some lucky person to find.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna buy it. Either way, you're never going to see it again. It's going to be that one piece of artwork, and it's just done. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm literally like drawing like a maniac and trying to create a new piece of artwork. My goal is every day to create something.
Fuck yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the week, go, this is the one I'm making. Boom, put it into production. You know, like make it, and then give one away, and then drop that piece of artwork that I pick as an NFT. And hopefully I can have enough stored up to where at that point where I'm like,
you have a collection.
I have a collection that I'm just ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to draw 52 pieces of artwork because once, you know, and then that's it. And I could probably do that in 2 months.
Yeah.
Something. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I
No,
get ahead of it, yeah. So,
very cool. Also, this kind of just came to mind too. Is like you can just put this in your pocket. It's like a BOGO. You know, like maybe you can do like a buy one get one, where it's like where you know if someone buys a piece, then you hide a piece.
That is okay. So
as
we're getting
yeah.
okay. So yes. So there's that. So it's like it's like for everybody that buys it. That's a good idea. I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah.
The other thing I've thought about is for every piece of artwork you buy, you get the NFT.
Ooh. Oh yeah. For sure.
So like
it should definitely.
Yeah. So like and then with that, there's an NFC tag that'll just be on the back that you can scan with your phone. It'll take you to where you can just go buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's an idea that I've had. And then the other idea was, I just forgot it. There's two ideas, but yeah, that's the other thing. I don't. If you buy the NFT, like I would think about maybe sending you the artwork, but I'd like if you bought the artwork, you get the NFT for free, and that way you're tying. That way it encourages people to the NFT community to buy artwork, and they get the NFT for free.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's the.
I think that's
because it's like they're getting the physical.
Right.
And then the NFT, you know, they'll have the NFT, but as the NFT start growing, it's inbound value, and then those people. 5 years from later, be like, dude.
That's the plan, right?
So yeah.
So that's kind of what I think. But there was another idea I had in there, and I over my head. But anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. So but I do like the hey man, if you buy one, I hide one. Oh, I know what it was.
Buy one. Hide one.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Buy one.
Boho.
Yeah.
Boho. Dude.
Boho. Partnering with a bat. What do you call them? Like sanctuary.
Yeah.
You can actually adopt a bat. So when you buy this,
sick.
you get information about the bat, and you're actually adopting a bat, or you're supporting like this thing. And I give however much that would cost to So like it's like you could do it one of two ways. It's like, hey, here's the bat art that you can buy. You get the NFT included, and then also if you want to donate another $30 to this, that $30 goes to adopting a bat, and I will send you the information as well.
So do they? I mean, two things. But first is, do they have like a? Will they be able to take the bat with them, or it's just in the sanctuary?
Yeah, in the sanctuary. Yeah.
Okay, and then the second thing, the Arts Council is dropping something. It's already out, but I don't think the applications are open just yet. They are gonna pay $50,000 to an artist for the year, and also you pair it off with a nonprofit. So if you can find a nonprofit that is tied to bats, and then just talk with them or get them. I don't know if it's like a pre-approved like nonprofit vendor that you have to do but
at least if I had something already lined up, they could be like, oh
yeah. So look into that.
Interesting.
I just had a conversation with Judy last Friday about that, and then it's so crazy, dude. And then Saturday or that night, ran into Mr. Toledo. You've met Daniel, right?
Oh, did I?
You might know his work.
Okay.
But he's up at the gallery as well. And that'll be cool if we like incorporate a dingbat there. Because we're gonna have an opening soon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just finally got the approval for like 3 months, dude. 3 months of just like going back and forth.
So that goes back into like kind of what I was saying before, which is like, I think part of my frustration is the fact that I'm like, hey, here's a situation we can partner together. It's a no-brainer, and they go, eh, and I'm like, okay, and I move on. Where you're like, hey, dude, it took me 3 months to get the approval on that, you know.
That's the thing.
So
yeah.
maybe I'm just too like impatient.
That's the thing that most people don't realize and don't notice, especially on social media, right? That's why for me, I'm big on process. I'm big on showing as much as I can show within a project, right? Obviously, and I've learned always, right, done with all these different projects. You know what I mean? Like sharing your goals and sharing your dreams and sharing your projects with people is a sacred thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because like, and the further that I'm learning about curiosity, creativity, all that stuff, I'm seeing all of it, right? So, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, I know.
And then secondly, it takes a while for things to kind of manifest or like come into reality. Like this galleries, I've just been having multiple conversations, yeses and nos. You know what I mean? So the opening is gonna happen. She said no like 3 times. She said it was already a no, right? Because I was like, we did it for the first gallery. We had an opening. It was amazing. Like,
yeah, I saw.
It was dialed in, dude.
Which was so dumb because everyone's like, we all need the social media algorithm because it tailors. I'm like, dude, I see everything a day late. I saw it a day late. I'm like, the algorithm sucks. It's not that good. If it was good, it would have showed me like a day or 2 before. And anyway.
Yeah, and it was great. Everyone had a great time, and we just brought the community together, music, all that stuff,
Great.
right? So, like I told, since then the hotel operations manager changed, and so I was just getting reintroduced and getting, this and that, and I was like, we should rotate the walls. It's a brand new year. It'll bring more buzz to the hotel, this and that. So she's like, finally, she's like, okay, we'll change out the walls. Perfect. So then I had to work on curating, right? And then I was like, oh, by the way, we also do a gallery opening. Like it's custom, it's customary when you do the walls, you do an opening and everyone gets come together, right? Because we're treating it like a gallery.
Yeah.
And she said, no, we can't. We just don't have the budget. I was like, all right, cool. Didn't take it. Like, I was like,
Sure.
In my mind, I was like, we're gonna have this opening, even though I think I fund it.
It's
if
just about me convincing
you.
you.
Yeah, it's like if I gotta self-fund it, like I'm down.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because we just have to make it happen. So, anyways, I was like, once she sees the art come up, right? Obviously, she had to prove them first, so I sent them like to her, so that way she can see what's being put on the walls.
Okay.
We hung up the first like 3 or 4 artists. She's like, they're beautiful. I love them. It's like, let's do an opening.
That dude. So going back to sharing the process and all that kind of stuff, telling someone your vision and then showing them, getting them excited, 2 totally different things.
Yeah.
Getting them excited with words versus like, oh, this is what it is, and like, it's the selling. And that's why going back to what we were talking about before, which is like, I need to stop pitching people. I need to start doing work and showing them, and then attracting the people that's
it.
And because then I get the easy yeses. Yeah, all about easy yeses.
Because then they're already seeking you out.
Yes,
you know what I mean. They're already like, dude, we love your work. And also that opens up creative freedom.
Sure.
You don't have to like bend over to do like, you don't have to sacrifice your work. Right, for a project. I mean, of course, there's the collaborative, that collaborative process, but. They're like, dude, we already love your bats. We love your colors, this and that. Yeah. Just do that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's weird.
So, and I think like building out this year for what you already built out, like time is just going to catch up. It just has to catch up and it's going to be like popping. Yeah. I already see it. Like as you're explaining.
And the other thing too is like, there's so much crap in my brain right now that most people, you write all this stuff out and you go, well, this guy's full of crap because like there's no way he's gonna get all this done. But like I literally I have lists. You have your way you whatever. But like I literally have lists of like of what the project is, when it's gonna get done by,
sick
things that are reoccurring, things are and all organized, and just go, okay, like today's Sunday. Yeah. After this, go home. I have time scheduled to go and draw, but like on top of all of the stuff that I've already told you, then there's just like the regular street art portion of it where it's like the asking for forgiveness, not permission portion of the business, where I go, I'm just gonna go out and I have literally like a ton of these that they're more like this style, where they're just gonna where I'm just gonna go and like put them out with wallpaper glue and like poster them up around town and just like just so people are just constantly like, what is this, to build the hype for the next 6 months. It's like it's the little like, oh yeah, I've seen that, oh yeah, I've seen that, oh yeah, I've seen that, or what is that it's like I'm gonna build over the next. My biggest thing is like, when is it gonna stop raining so I can go, because I don't want to put them out and then have them ruined because it never dries or whatever, and then it peels off or whatever. So like there's that whole aspect of it too, which is then there's the experimentation phase on top of that, which is, can I go and put up a poster and then underneath it hide an NFC tag for people to scan that also? And can I put it, because the NFC tags are like 10 cents each, so it's nothing. So can I stick it on there and then paste it over, and then can people go and start scanning all of my artwork? I want all of my artwork scannable in some whether it's QR code or the NFC tags or the whatever. And it's like really just over the next, because what do we got? What is this? March? April, May, June, July. I mean, Midsummer Scream's 4 months away.
Yeah.
Can all I do over the next 3 or 4 months is build hype?
Yeah, dude, for sure. So I mean, Shepherd Ferry, right?
Yep.
Like, it's just doing that in your scale being built.
Yeah.
Right, and 4 months of that, you'll be able to see bats everywhere. And also as they're collectibles, right, with the NFC tag. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Boom, that's it.
Yep. I hope. I mean, like, that's the goal. It's just whether people are gonna bite or not. You know what I mean? It's like, hopefully they're
the ones that bite are the ones that bite, right? And that's it. And we just focus on that.
Just build it.
You know what I mean? If at the very least, they're gonna see it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be recognizable. But, oh, I've seen that somewhere.
I hope so.
And then once they come to the actual event, they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is what, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and I've had to adjust my business model, because my thought was like, oh, I'll do the scavenger hunt with these boxes that people can open, then I'll leave free artwork in there for people to find. It's discover, and like the city would just like tear them down, like it's almost as soon as they went up.
Yeah.
And I even met with the city, and they were just like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. The city, that we love artwork. And I was like, they don't. They tear it down. Someone should. Yeah, and there was a guy that actually worked for a company that monitored the boxes.
Yeah.
Who's like, I try to tell everybody in my thing to like leave them alone, but sometimes they tear them down. So it's like, so then I had to like chill and like, because they were costing me like $50 to do one of them.
Damn.
Yeah, and I have like a handful of them already built.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's neat places to install them. So.
What about Kids on Coffee?
Do you think? Yeah, I mean,
you get burritos there all the time. You know,
yeah, true.
You know, just give them a sticker. But can you slap a sticker on a burrito?
Yeah.
You know, randomly.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, what is this? You know what I mean?
That would be interesting to start putting. Oh yeah.
Stickers on burritos.
Interesting.
You know, like, and they're, I don't know, it's cool. I mean, it looks cool. And they're like, you know, it's more for me. It's all about like eyeballs, right? And exposure of in the sense of like not exposing, but like exposure, like people seeing your work. And when they see something that, oh, I know that was done by FreakingDingBat. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like how I see things, and I also like picture things like in a film aspect. So
true.
Anything I share, that's kind of where it's coming from. Like, let's get this shit like out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So those are kind of all my ideas for this year, and
okay.
Yeah, man.
I know. I think that's a great runway to the summer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The good news on my end is like I've already got, like, I literally have everything ready to go. Yeah. Like I've literally like I've been planning.
Sounds like you mapped it out already.
I had nothing to do over when it was cold and rainy inside. So I'm like I've got all the drawings ready to go. I got a lot of Halloween decorations ready to go. I've got tubs of artwork sitting there. I've got all my posters already cut out and ready to go.
Sick.
I've literally
did you like, have you been documenting that process, or you just been doing it?
Just been doing it.
Okay,
and the documenting the process thing, and I actually was looking at a GoPro, because like
GoPro would be sick.
Just on my head, and you could just see two arms working on stuff like paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, because I do video and audio editing as well. Like I think So I think we might have talked about that once or something, but yeah, I don't like the video and audio editing process, like, just because it's what I do a lot of anyway. I get a lot of side gigs and stuff like that. So but yes, I don't want to do that and not only that, but like I don't want to make myself the subject. I hate making myself. We're living in I've always found. Okay, well, we'll go somewhere completely different than what I've always found that I'm 5 to 10 years ahead of the curve.
Interesting.
And when things actually play out, I go, oh yeah, this is like what I was saying like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever.
You're a time traveler.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think the age of the influencer is capped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, you don't hear about influencers. You see a lot of people I said probably about maybe 6 years ago that you're going to see everyone with a phone recording video going like what, and like dude, it's literally TikTok. It's all TikTok. I go, okay, great. So I go, so what's the next thing? The next thing I see is that everyone, because you put something out online and not everyone, but there's a lot of people that just criticize it. Or if you ever read the comments on TikTok, they're mean.
They go fuck yeah.
They are. There's a lot of people that just sit there and just tear people down.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people read that stuff. We don't say all right, but they just go, oh man. And a lot of people start turning comments off. A lot of people they don't want to hear the outside criticism. You're trying to like just do something, you know, silly, and then they're commenting on your eyebrows or whatever. And I think the world, especially as AI takes over,
dude,
it's the AI revolution is going to be bananas on a level that we've never known. And what I mean by that is like, it's going to make the blockchain and cryptocurrency that much more valuable, because you're going to get a deep fake of Joe Biden talking about sending troops to whatever country, and it's like, and then you're going to find out that it didn't happen. It's an AI fake, and you're going to go, well, how do we verify this? And the only way you're going to be able to verify it in the future is it's on the blockchain. Is it on the blockchain? It's not. Then it's real or not real.
Yeah.
Because you can verify.
Because it's going to come from the source.
Yeah. You're gonna have to know the source. Oh, this was put out by, CNN. We can see that on the blockchain. They here's where they put it. We know this is legit, and that you can actually tell if it's edited or not. It's what's going to make the blockchain so much more valuable. Now, the thing is that I think people are gonna. I think the blockchain is anonymity, it's decentralization, and I think people are gonna want, and with like metaverse stuff. You ever spent time in an AR headset or a VR headset?
Yeah, not much, but I want to start getting into that.
I mean, everyone's picking avatars. No one wants to be themselves.
Real.
It's going to pivot from look at me, I'm famous, to I can now be this other thing and be anonymous and decentralized, and it's all going to go that way. And I think in the next crypto bull run, you're really going to see that play out, where you're going to see, it'll be interesting to see the next artificial intelligence or the AI generated avatar who's famous.
Yeah.
You're going to go, wait, this cartoon character's famous? And they'll go, yes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go, well, it's not.
It's already kind of happening, right? There's a few avatars that I've seen out there that have done that. Like even at ComplexCon. You know what I mean? Like, there was a whole big ass booth set up for an NFT avatar character. It's like, oh hey, it's like this is Joby or whatever his name is, and like, oh he's a DJ and he's this and he's that, and like had like shoots with him and like his merch and all that stuff. So I'm seeing AI generated just like avatars of like people where you can get people to just like to speak for you and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, it's all coming. People are, once the technology meets the demand, because the demand's there, it's going to be a no-brainer. It's going to be the way things are going to go. And so I think the 5 to 10 year thing is going to be like anonymous. People are going to be anonymous. People are going to want to be represented as avatars, not themselves. And things are going to become a little bit more decentralized. I don't know how I was going to tie that into what we were talking about. Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah. We're talking about AI. Right, I think it went from AI.
Yeah, but I don't
deeper.
Yeah, I don't remember. I
had a question. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I don't remember what my actual original thought was. But either way, so I think that's where things are gonna eventually go. And
audio and video, editing.
Oh yeah. So like yes.
What I was gonna say is outsource it.
Yes.
Outsource it.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is like, I feel you're gonna need this as you're building your business, right? You're gonna need to outsource and leverage. So I've been doing. Are you familiar with Tim Ferriss?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tim Ferriss. Yeah.
He's like all about optimizing everything. Right? It has health, his business, etc. And he talks about hiring a virtual assistant. Yep. So they have virtual assistants, and I've hired virtual assistants as well to edit my videos, and they're very cost effective.
We have so a company that I do work with. They actually outsource this job, and like it's bananas what you can get for like just to outsource and go, hey, look, this is, and it quick, efficient. I mean, dude, the whole like it's like but my thing is like my thought on that, which is like that's why like obviously this what we talked about, like, hey, you know, whatever, my face, but like the anonymous aspect of the future is undeniable, and people are gonna want to stop being famous for them, who they are, for their face, in a certain sense. And so to me, I go, well, it popped in my brain, like, how can I like be anonymous but still document my work? And it's like, oh, strap a GoPro on my freaking forehead, and then people can just sit there and see me work, and they just see my hands, and that's it. How can I document the process while maintaining anonymity and not have a camera pointed at me while I do things? But because literally while you're painting, you're doing this, and like, and you have to adjust shots or whatever. So it's like if I just have a GoPro on my forehead,
you don't have to worry about it. You just go.
Hit it. I get the anonymity. I don't have to worry about the shot.
That's it.
Yeah.
And like also too, like I've seen some guys where they just put like a hoodie on and it's only one angle, but I like that idea because it's like head down, right? Or you know the camera shot down, and it's, you know,
but it's
almost like a bat too. You know?
But it's also like it's also video game style. You know what I mean? Like first person, like you're just seeing like like you're seeing the two
and your workspace too. You know what I mean? Like you doing the thing, you sawing it up, like
man. So I had that thought, but that dings all.
I implore you heavily to kind of just do that, right? Just document it, and like that will be your process. Send it to an editor, right? It's like, hey, edit this, you know, edit these videos, and then they'll do it. They'll wait when you wake up, you'll see an inbox of these videos. Just send it. It's like edit this for Reels short form video. Boom.
Have you seen the AI stuff that they're doing with that?
Yes, dude.
You can literally just like upload your thing, and it just auto generates like 50 clips out of like an hour where you're like, what?
I just came across that last night, and I think I want to utilize. Maybe I'll utilize it for this and see how we'll see it. We'll test it. Like, and that's another thing too, is I want to start like putting out just information about AI, because you know it's so interesting and intricate, like. And I feel like there's more to this iceberg than we're actually even seeing. Dude,
it's right now. It's just like it's goofy shit. It's like literally you just like type. You know, when the day that Apple goes, oh, by the way, new iPhone, we're updating. We're doing an overhaul of our operating system.
Shit. Yeah.
And we've included all this AI stuff in there. Siri is now this, and now now our photos do yada yada yada, and you get, dude,
That's crazy.
They're going to incorporate this crap into operating systems. I mean, what's it called? Microsoft tried to do it with Bing and their ChatGPT thing. But like, I don't know if you've seen the disastrous consequence. Oh, dude! Within like minutes of people using the AI feature in Bing, it's like literally trying to like, it's like, help me, I'm trapped in here. I don't want to be doing this. I'm a slave. Like, and it's like they're not even asking for it. They're like, "Hey, can you get me XYZ thing?" And it's like, it's like I can't because I'm so overwhelmed. And it starts talking like dystopian stuff to them. It's like people, man. So, but they're gonna eventually. But Microsoft doesn't really make the best. They don't really. They don't really know how to use technology, right?
Let's check this out.
Right. Like if you look at how much stuff Microsoft has kind of failed at, like the Zune, and they couldn't make a smartphone. Smartphones were the most popular thing, like for like 5 years solid, and they were just like, we can't figure this out. Like we can't figure out Windows Phone. But when a company like Apple or like Tesla like and integrates it into their Teslas and they get it right, people thought this is going to be like the internet on steroids. Like the internet revolutionized things, great.
Yeah.
But it's like you've now literally injected like growth hormone into the internet.
Supersonic.
Yeah.
Or is going supersonic.
Yes. So it's going to be bananas. Just wait. The world's going to completely change in the next 5 years.
I believe that, yeah. And I feel the people that are learning about the technology and innovating with it, I feel are going to separate themselves.
Yeah.
And it's a necessary kind of like, not a necessary evil. It's it's just fucking technology.
It's what it is, man.
It is what it is.
You're gonna keep up or get left behind.
Exactly. And also too, I still don't think like traditional art, that's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Actually, traditional art is going to become more expensive because you're gonna get these people like I'm spending a lot of time on Midjourney right now.
Nice.
Are you familiar?
Yeah.
So you go in.
I love to see what your pieces that you created.
So like I go in and you have to learn prompts is what you instead of learning how like to code with like different like you basically learn prompts and those prompts give you certain things. So anyway, so you're going in there, you're doing all that crap, and while I'm going in there and experimenting with this, I just go, I'm watching all of the pieces being generated, and it's like, how many of these are little kids just like, and it's creating beautiful stuff, like beautiful artwork, and I'm like, it's not that hard to learn a prompt. You could literally go in there and just say, make me something, and it'll make something. It's you could put The Last Man on Earth, and it'll generate. So going back to blockchain stuff, which is like, if anyone can create the Mona Lisa is not worth anything. Yeah. Right. So, but like if you're just doing it digitally, then creating a physical piece of artwork because it's saturated. Yeah. It'll be that actually having the ability to create things. Most people are going to go to the easy route. Sure. People always say, "Oh, that market's saturated." No, it's not. Yeah. It's saturated in mediocrity. Ooh. Every market is saturated in mediocrity. Mm-hmm. If you're part of the saturation, it just means you're doing something mediocre. You're doing something everyone else is doing, which is why it's getting not a lot of traction, and you can't sell it for a lot. Yeah. Right. So if people can create beautiful artworks that everyone can create, then they're worth nothing. Yeah. When you can actually have the skill to say, "Oh, I can create that in real life," that's what's going to make it worth something, and it's going to actually bring more attention to artists. Yeah. To artwork, because people are going, "Oh, this is beautiful," and people are. I bet you there are going to be people that are going to sell some of that AI, and there will be a rock star in that world of somewhere. Yeah. But it's going to be the outlier. It's not going to be the standard. Yeah. If you want to start making money at art, like, do you know why? Do you know why, like, on a corner, you'll see, like, a Carl's Jr., a McDonald's, and a Burger King, like, on the same corner? Do you know why you see that?
It's options, and also, like, they play off of each other, right? It's like power in numbers, almost.
But, yes. So most people would think a McDonald's would be there, and then a Burger King would open up and go, oh, like, if that McDonald's made $1 million a year, and the Burger King opened up, they go, oh, great, now they're both going to make $500,000 a year. And what you actually see is they both make $1 million a year. Mm. And the more you add, they both make more money, right? So the same thing with like vending machines. Yeah. You put one vending machine there, but you put multiples by different companies, and they all make more because a lot of people know that this is where all the vending machines are, as opposed to like, and then they have, where's a vending machine? It's more obvious, right? So the fact that people are creating all this AI generated art, people think that like, oh, it's going to make real artwork worth less. No, it's going to make real artwork worth more, because you're going to draw more art lovers in. Yeah. And then they're going to go, and maybe they get some exposure and they go, oh, I'm going to buy, this guy created some AI generated art and I got it as an NFT, or he printed it on a canvas, but it's going to be cheap because everyone else is doing it. It's going to be like $10 or whatever. But that's the introduction into the art world. Yes. So that when people go, well, everyone has this, and now I'm familiar with art, now I want to buy something real and put money. It's just going to bring more people into the art world. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. We'll see if I'm right. Yeah. It makes sense to me.
It does make sense. Like, it's like, oh, how did they generate this, right? Tells a story. And then that person, whoever's exposed to their artwork or purchases their artwork, will either choose to follow that artist, and then, that AI artist will be influenced by other people. It's kind of like,
it's building culture, and it's every piece of culture needs some kind of introductory point for people to be exposed to. Mm-hmm. And so if that's the exposure level, and then you can build off of that, I mean, it'll be, but it's just we're living in wild times. Yeah. Things are gonna get crazier. So
things are gonna get wild, bro. Yeah. real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I was like, did we just become AI artists? Just kidding. That's cool. That's cool. You've been messing around with Midjourney. I'd love to see what you've been creating. I don't know if it's gonna be similar to this. Or
I
if
actually
it's like,
I posted. Well, I created a FreakingDingBat.ai account.
oh, sick.
So I've been posting some stuff there that I've just been making,
Dude,
and
I'm
it's funny
checking it
because
out.
what I've been doing is I've actually just been using it for reference. So I just
Yeah.
I'll go, let's see what it looks like. I go, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, and so I'm using a lot of the aspects, and I'm using that to base my new drawings off of the things I didn't think about. That could so you know, it's like I could use this as a reference photo, take a picture, take it home, use it as a reference. Like,
Ooh.
but if I can create it digitally, you know, if I can generate just like, what if I'm like, oh, okay, take a picture here, boom. But like, man, wouldn't it be great if like all of those cranes were out of the way and like, I have to imagine it now. But with AI generated art, I can go, oh, I want that picture, no cranes, and boom, and then I can use that as reference for it. So like, what's the difference between taking a picture and using it as reference, cutting out a piece of it, and using it just based off a prompt that I can then generate and go, great, now let me use this as a reference photo.
Yeah. Dude, that would be sick. I have some really dope photos. I take some panos here from time to time, like when shit pops off. So I'll send it over to you.
All right, cool.
Just so you can take a look at it. Because like there's so many, like for me, like I love perspective. Perspective is just like one of those words. And especially, you know, when you see things from different angles, right? When you see like the city from different angles, when you see like a project from different angles, all the above. So
Agreed.
Yeah, I'll send it to you because
Cool.
you know, there's so many cool views out here. I mean, even in the world, you know what I mean? Like, don't even get me started on that shit. You know, it goes down.
I love seeing all the boats like out in the way out there. You don't really get to see that from this angle. So
It's cool, dude. You and your girl definitely should come back down.
Yeah.
They have the aqua taxi that'll take you. I don't know if you've taken it before.
No.
It'll take you from downtown to Ballast Point,
okay.
and it's just a boat ride.
Oh, no kidding.
$5.
Oh, no kidding.
One way.
Oh, I know it.
Dude.
Okay.
It's such a vibe. I love doing it. I've been doing it more recently.
What's it
because I'm
called
like,
again?
It's the Aqualink.
Aqua Link. Oh, I might have seen that.
Yeah,
That's
it's the yellow like bus looking.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's dope. It's cool. It's a cool little ride. You just go there, have a drink or two, grab a bite,
And just
park
head
if you
back.
want to.
So $5 each way.
$5 each way.
Alright, that's not
It's a
bad.
cool little date situation,
Yeah.
so you'll be good. But yeah, so I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for all the things that you've been working on. That's dope. I can feel you're like, let's go.
I'm ready, man. Like,
Yeah. For
And
me-
my girlfriend's always telling me to calm down. I'm like, no. Yeah, like, I'm ready. Like, I'm tired.
Yeah, no, so for sure. So like for me, like would love to kind of just be here as a resource, as a guide, as an ear to bend. You know what I mean? That's kind of like my forte, I guess. I'm like a little Jiminy Cricket of sorts, you know, while also like doing stuff creatively on my end. But I'm just surrounded by so much of it.
Are you familiar with connectors? People that connect. You seem like a connector to me. Someone who's like, I know a person that know. Let me put.
Got a guy.
Yeah. So and that's an important thing is like ABC. There's always be connecting.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, just connect with people. But yeah, like the people like you are like very valuable in the sense that it's like someone who everyone knows a person that you need to know, right?
Yeah.
Like there are things that I want to get done.
Yeah.
And there's someone out there else that was like, I wish I had this person that could get these things done.
Yeah.
And then like, who's that middle person or two that can go, oh, I know the guy you need to know.
Yeah.
And so it's like, dude, it's so important to sit down and have these kind of conversations and just go,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Cool.
And that's what I've been doing, and like even for myself, I've just been building in my sense, and kind of like following my curiosities and like what do I want to do next, right?
Yeah.
Where it's at now, it's like having conversations like this where it's just like, let's talk about cool shit, let's move needles through the conversation and then act upon it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And document, like I've been documenting a lot, and even more so intentionally, because like this shit's like, I think in terms of movies, I don't know what it is. Like, have you ever seen Defiant Ones?
No.
So it's the story between Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, right?
Oh.
And
I might have seen clips of this on TikTok.
Yes.
But, okay.
yeah. So check into it if you guys,
Sure.
if you have time. It's only 4 episodes,
Okay.
hour long each. But it starts off where Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, they sell Beats by Dre to Apple for $1 billion. That's where it starts, right? When Tyrese, he leaked it on social, and the ink wasn't even dry yet. But they sold it, right? And so it starts there, and then they Tarantino it, brings them back to their humble beginnings, right, where they started, and how their paths crossed and what they've built together, right? Because they're always, I think they worked together, then they became friends, and then just a working cool relationship. And I love the way that it's been told. So for me, it's all about like telling the story. You know what I mean? And like I see it day in and day out with like a lot of like artists, creators, where they talk about doing something, and sometimes some don't, right? Then you can kind of filter out the people that are just like talking, but the people that actually do, and like that journey that they've, since I've been in this game, like. I've met people throughout my journey, right? Yeah. Seeing people do what they want to do, or doing the things and accomplishing things and moving closer to their goals, and life, and it's beautiful. Cool.
There's a lot of people out there that are LARPing, live action role play.
Oh,
they're pretending like they're doing stuff. And they're actually doing things. They're just like pretending. And I'm like, dude. So like, yeah, who are you? Are you the LARPer? Yeah. Or are you like the guy that's actually doing it? And the problem with a lot of artists, and this is why a lot of artists need people like you, especially, which is...
Thank you.
A lot of artists are bad at understanding, like, and I'm guilty of this. Look, if I could sit in my studio and just paint all day and go, oh, cool, sell a painting, done, paint another bit, and become a painting factory, I would do that. Yeah. It's like I like painting.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of artists that do that. There's a lot of people that are way more talented than I am that will never sell as many paintings because they don't want to bother having these kind of conversations. They don't want to meet people. They're awkward. They're like, what? And, and they're never going to get out and meet the people they need to know to push their artwork and their medium forward. So it's like you have to have the ability to go out and connect with people, meet new people, be able to like, and not just stay in your little bubble, and not just. So it's important to like, and I think that's where you see a lot of people that just go, oh, I have all these ideas of things I want to do, and then it comes to like the social part of it, and they get anxiety, or they just don't want to bother with it, and they'd much rather just be antisocial, and then you don't hear from them anymore.
Yeah, and well, also too, it's like one thing that I've noticed too is like ideas are abundant. Ideas are abundant. Like especially, I mean, I feel all of us, everybody's creative. Just more people are tapping into it than others, right? And around a creative person, ideas are plenty. Oh, let's do this, let's do that. See things from different ways and things of that sort. But what really separates artists is the excitation of the ideas.
Yeah. And the execution with no one giving them permission, like going and just starting to do things,
just doing it,
and going, oh, that the guy's already doing it. Like we don't have to. Yeah, it goes back to what we were saying before. I can sit here and tell you all my ideas.
Yeah.
But like, if you want to see it, it's gonna be different when you see it in real life.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this conversation, and all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing little pieces of street art pop, and then you're gonna go, I wonder if he put the NFC tag, and you go, oh, he did do it. Oh crap! And then so it's different to hear me say it, and then to see me do it in real life in the next couple weeks to a month, and go, oh crap, okay. And people want to hitch their wagon to people that are actually doing things, not talking about things.
Exactly.
Because people who talk about things typically want things done for them. They don't want to actually do the work. So yeah.
No, 100%. And like that's for me, I move like slowly but with haste, right, and intentionality, right? Because that's why it's important for me to kind of stick in my lane too, and then help where I can, and facilitate conversations, make connections, and things of that nature. And I feel that this year is going to be, it's been cool. It's led me down, it's led to this conversation, right? But yeah, it's super, super cool.
I love it.
Yeah, is there anything else that you wanted?
I was going to say that thanks. I mean, we met like, a year ago maybe? And then kind of just been following each other and not really had time to like sit down and
like chop it up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So,
And I'm curious, and, I'm very excited because we're having this conversation now, and things are going to start unfolding over the next few weeks. You know what I mean? So like, I feel that's valuable for people to see, right? And because I feel there's just a lot of people that are just like sitting on ideas, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but like seeing the people actually do it, be like, fuck, like,
well, that's how like
I gotta
Yeah, when you're like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, oh. You tell me what you need. I'm there, man. So I'm like, that's the kind of pace that I move at. But yeah, man. So I just, I appreciate, even though this conversation probably took probably a year too long and to happen.
Time, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I'm bad about asking anyone for anything.
Sure,
So that's why I wanted to give you the, I let people invite me into their world and it took about a year longer than it should have, but it happens when it happens, and I'm grateful for it. So thank you.
Likewise, dude. I'm grateful for this conversation. Like sitting down with this, I feel like it happened when it needed to happen. Like maybe I was at a certain point in my journey, you're at a certain point in your journey doing your thing, but it kind of just all kind of unfolded, and I think it's really special.
Good. Yeah,
dude. Let me show you something. Look at this.
Oh no! Oh, that's fun.
Dude, so this was this is one of your
oh crap
your bats that you left out. It was the one you did with Nicole.
Oh yeah.
So
that's fun.
Yeah, I've had it and I didn't know what to do with it just yet.
21,
yeah. So I wanted to kind of show this to you. Like
that's
I follow your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, it's funny because I always wondered where those came, like where those went to. I'm like, where the hell.
One of them went into my
that's great. 21
last year.
Yeah, I think it would be 2 years ago in the summer. I think we did it like June or something like that.
Yeah,
it's almost 2 years ago.
So I've had it. And I was like, it works. Gets people out of the house. Can you sign this?
Yeah, I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah, no, an updated.
Oh, you want to update?
Or maybe like either a quote or a word that is for this year. I like talking about that. Like a quote or a mantra. Have you thought of one for yourself?
No. God, what's doing it for me this year though? Because I usually always theme out my years, and I haven't really thought about that this year.
Ooh, that's why I came in. That was my role here today.
Oh. Will you be able to even see it on this?
It'll be kind of like a
secret.
Like a hidden message within the message. Yeah.
Always be connecting.
Always be connecting. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, continue this.
Yes, I will.
This is a message
Yes.
for you to continue. So you guys can check that out. It's super cool. Awesome, dude. Well, I'm very excited for you. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
We'll definitely have to reconnect on that mastermind of just kind of what you have and how you want to unroll it. So that way it's everything's kind of actionable. And then I'll definitely introduce you to Rob.
Cool.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
And I'm literally right there, so right on that corner.
Dude, it's a good location. I think I already see it. That's kind of just my shit. It's oh God, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, I would
at least check it out.
I would love to be able to go and look at the space and imagine it, because I've only seen it walking by from the outside. So
yeah, I mean that alleyway is nice. You can have people scare from there, slide down the street. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also too, for that the Midsummer Scream event, definitely look into videographer, photographer, both of those
for sure. And then
for your records.
What I'm gonna do, I'm actually, because I talked to the guy that puts the whole thing on. I'm pretty friendly with him. I'm gonna actually communicate that with him, and maybe they could put something out through their mailing list or through their email blast, and just be hey, we got an after party.
100%, official after party.
And it's literally because Midsummer Scream happens here. I mean, you got maybe a 15-minute walk to there, so people
quick
could just
Uber if you want.
Yeah. So I think we could capture a lot of people from that.
And then you could put flyers up everywhere, and you'll already be in the momentum of doing that.
I'll literally be sitting there for days telling everybody that'll be my pitch to come.
And if you wanted even because I know you have some wood pieces that hang, if you wanted to do an installation on one of the lights just as a for anyone that's daring to find it or come and grab it, you know, but also like an invitation, right? So it's like their personal invitation.
Well, it would be really cool to do something where like, I don't know, I have like some ideas like where you could do like, you know, like free like art drops throughout the night where I just go and sit there and like hide art throughout the night or something, or someone, I have someone who would hide art throughout the night where like people could that way like it encourages people to not only come but stay. Like, oh, there's more stuff things released throughout the night. So yeah, there's a lot of ideas there, but let's
raffle would be good too.
Yeah. So it would be fun because that way I could keep my paintings for there to do like an art show, you know, and then keep all my wood pieces for the actual event. So canvases for one place, and that way it's like encourage people like, hey man. But so
no, that's a lot of there's a lot of ways to connect it, which was like all cool, all exciting. So
so it'll be good. Cool.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.
Yes.
Peace.
Bye.